Hi. Now, I have been told that I say this every time, and maybe you're a little sick of it, so maybe I shall not say, "How was your week?" But I do care. I do want to know that you enjoyed yourself, that you dealt with what came up as it came up, and learned from it. So, how was your week? See, I could have a sense of humor there. My week was a little. It was okay. My week wasn't too bad. It's a little early. It's Wednesday because I'm going away for the weekend, and I don't have internet so much where I'm going. So this might come to you early, might come to you on time. I don't know. But today for me, it's early. So I have been dealing with some changes lately, and I talk about it because you know everything. And so I was thinking about the changes and how does that fit into what God is looking for us, is doing for us, what he thinks about it, right? So the changes that I've been going through quite a few changes. One of them is an empty nest. It's called empty nest, and basically it means that my last child has moved out. And so now it's just Kenny and I in the house. And that's hard because it's quieter, right? I love Kenny. We do great things together, and I love being with him. But we both miss Kevin. We both miss him being in the house, which is not to say that we want him to stay there, because he needs to be on his own with Emily. They need to be together, that family unit. But we miss him. So it's a change. Change is scary. Both my kids are getting married, so my role is going to change. I'm going to add a new job to myself, and of being a mother-in-law, and that's not an easy thing either, because it's hard to define what that is. It's a change that I don't know necessarily how to work through yet. I don't want to hurt anybody. I want them to know that I love them, right? So I'm working on it. There's been changes in the preschool. We're making changes in the staffing because people have to make their own changes. So we're trying to make sure that the children who are here are getting exactly the same care that they were before, and being not only teaching them ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, but also loving them and taking care of them and making sure that they're healthy and happy and safe and want to come to school, right? We're getting new students because it's the beginning of the school year in a week and a half. So we're going to have all new students, which means new ways of dealing with children. We're going to have to start wearing masks again and social distancing again, and going back to where we were, maybe 6 months ago, because we have to be safe and we have to keep our children and the people who work for us safe. The church has made changes. We talked about this a little bit. We have a new pastor, Pastor Sunghyuk, and we have to adjust to the changes that he brings, and he has to adjust to the changes that he's going to experience while he's here. We also here we're going to have probably more rules about masks and social distancing back again. And the way that things always change here. New people coming and some people not coming anymore. It's always going on. The world is changing. COVID is getting worse and then better, worse and then better. So we have to adjust every time. And everything changes. Things happen in another country, it affects us. Things happen in another state, it affects our state. The earth is changing. The season is going to change soon. In a couple more weeks, we're not going to have this hot, humid weather. I love fall. That's my favorite season. But some people love summer, and it's a change in that you have to get used to what you're going to wear and where you can go and if you can be outside. It's all of these things, but stuff stays the same. There's always a sun in the sky. Sometimes it's hiding, but it's there today. It's always there. There's always a moon. Sometimes you can't see it, but it's still there. It hasn't moved. We haven't left our orbit. We're still in our orbit. The weather changes all the time, but we have the same weather all the time. We've had hurricanes before. We've had rain and thunderstorms and snow, and it's still there. We're still getting that. It's going to change if we don't take care of the earth as much as we're supposed to. But right now, we've got it. We can expect it. There's always some kind of a school, whether it's remote or going in. But there's always going to be school, always going to be learning. And mom and dad are there. And they're going to stay. They're going to stay the same. And here's the thing that stays the same. Jesus always stays the same. God, the Father, is always there. Always there. And the Holy Spirit is always within us. They don't change. But the things around us change. And it's hard to deal with sometimes. And I know I talk about stuff like that, but that's how life is. It's a little bit scary and a lot of fun and a lot of love. And that stuff we can handle, but the scary, the change, that we need help with, right? So this is what the Bible says about change. Isaiah 43:19 says, look at the new thing I'm going to do. It's already happening. Do you see it? I will make a road in the desert and I will make rivers in the dry land. I think he's talking about when Jesus is going to come and take care of us, right? And the world was not so great at that point. And he's like, it's going to get better. We're going to take care of you. There's change coming, but this change is good change. In Deuteronomy 31:6, it says, be strong and brave and don't be afraid of them. Don't be frightened. The Lord your God will go with you. He will not leave you or forget you. Throughout the entire Bible, you hear that stuff over and over and over again. God is with us. There's going to be change, but he's there. Ecclesiastes, I love Ecclesiastes 3:1. There is a right time for everything. Everything on earth has its special season, meaning there's change, but it's okay. It's supposed to happen that way. 2 Corinthians, if anyone belongs to Christ, then he is made new. The old things have gone. Everything is made new. If you want it, it's there. If you don't want it right now, maybe you'll want it in a little while. Maybe you have your own way of dealing with things. And I get that. I totally get that. All right. I got one more that I'll do at the end. But in the meantime, listen. Nothing stays the same. Things around you are going to change. People are going to get older. Some people are going to go live with God. You're going to grow up. You're going to go to the next grade and the next school. You're going to get a job. Those of us who are adults, we might have to get another job or work with different people, or our children will grow up and move out, or things happen. And it's not always easy to get through. And you're going to feel bad about it. So feel bad about it. And then remember, this is what I want you to remember. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And however you name him, if you name him God or Yahweh or the great whatever you name God, God is God. So he's going to be God. So we don't have to worry that we're going to lose that's going to change. And if we don't have to worry that we're going to lose that we're going to lose God, if we don't have to worry about that, then all of this other stuff we can talk to God about, and God will get us through it. Sometimes talking about it calms you down. Sometimes a couple, 10 minutes later, you feel the calm and you don't even know why. But I think it's because God listened and mellowed us out and said, listen, I got this. We talk about this quite often, and the reason is because it's so simple that it always comes back. It always comes back. God will take care of us. And he's only asking two things. Love by other people, love God. And not in that order, but almost. Love people, love God. That's all he's asking. I can do that. Because I honestly know that he's there and doing what I need him to do. And I call him God, but other people call him other things. Higher power. There's all kinds of ways to talk about him, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is we got this. God's got this. So when we need help, we ask him and we get through. So yeah, there's always going to be changes, and they're always going to be scary. Maybe not always, but they might be. So we live through the scare, we live through the fear, we feel the feelings. I feel the pain of losing Kevin, knowing he's in the right place. But the feelings are still there. But then I know he's in the right place. And then I feel better. And I can go up to his house, and I can go to Colleen's house. I can get people to work here that are going to be perfect for our children. I can get used to somebody else who's running my church and learn new things from him. And I can take care of the weather. Whatever I have to do, wear a raincoat, wear snow boots, put a hat on. You do what you need to do. So when you got change, feel the pain, talk to God, and let it come, and then learn from it, because that's how you learn. You learn through change. Every time you've learned something, you've been through a change, and then you go through a change after. So remember, you need to change, but God's going to help you through it. Have a great week, or maybe a week and a half. All right, I love you. I miss you a lot. We'll be together soon. Take care.